183 Japanese airplanes had departed from 6 aircraft carriers. At 7:05 a.m., the second wave of 167 aircraft joined the attack. A total of 350 planes were headed toward Pearl Harbor. Meanwhile, the American Pacific Fleet was at rest. Over 150 vessels were assembled. That morning, the ships were preparing for church services and shore leave. Along Battleship Row, 7 great warships representing the states of Nevada, Arizona, West Virginia, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Maryland, and California stood majestically along the shoreline of Ford Island. The battleships were tied to the mooring keys. Just ahead, you'll be passing the shore where these ships were docked. You can see their names painted in black letters on the side of the keys. As the sailors in the color detail prepared to raise the American flag at the stern of the battleship Arizona, Lieutenant Commander Samuel Fuqua ran to the quarterdeck, alarmed by the ship's blaring air raid sirens.
At that moment, the plane flew very low with the ship with its machine guns lifted. I saw a red ball insignia under the lift and realized it was Japanese.
For the ordinary sailor aboard the ship, it was supposed to be a day of light duty and rest. Seaman Don Stratton had been up early that morning.
3 or 4 sailors on the bow said, something going on there. And we went out and took a look, and I seen the bombs exploding on Ford Island, and we understood exactly who they were right away. I didn't really see the Japanese rising sun. I just started the meeting from a battle station.
Flying high above Pearl Harbor, Japanese wing leader of Zero fighters, Lieutenant Yoshio Shiga of the carrier Kaga, recalled,
as soon as each plane got to the bay, I saw the water splash. There were barrages here and there from the factories on the island and from the ships around the island.
Only 15 minutes into the attack, the USS Arizona was destroyed. The ship and most of the crew were lost in one horrifying moment. The forward magazine where ammunition was stored blew up, and the ship erupted like a volcano in an overwhelming explosion. The damage was so extensive that the water mains ruptured, making firefighting impossible. Within the ship, all communications were severed. Unlike the ship, the idea for a memorial was never abandoned. In 1949, the Pacific War Memorial Commission was established. In the years following, various fundraising efforts, along with congressional support, led to the completion of the USS Arizona Memorial in 1962. Fittingly, it was dedicated by the Navy on Memorial Day. Between 1962 and 1980, the U.S. Navy conducted visits to the memorial for the public. In 1980, due to increasing public interest and visitation, Congress created the USS Arizona Memorial as a National Park Service area. The National Park Service now provides interpretive programs to thousands of visitors to the memorial each year. The memorial's design is unique. The architect was Alfred Price. He designed the memorial as a place of serenity and contemplation. The architect's son, Jan Peter Price, reiterates his father's words about the purpose and symbolism of the USS Arizona Memorial.
The sagging in the center of the monument expresses initial defeat, the low point of American morale. But you'll notice that it swings up gently on either side. These strong and vigorous ends signify ultimate victory. The wide openings in the walls and roof allow sunlight to flood into the memorial and permits a close view of the sunken battleship just 8 feet below, both fore and aft. During low tide, the barnacles that encrust the hull shimmer like gold, suggesting a beautiful sarcophagus. The irregular shapes on the right end of the monument represent the tree of life. The overall effect of the design is serenity, not sadness. The visitor is left to contemplate his own personal responses, his innermost feelings.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the Navy crew members advise you to disembark. You are about to visit the final resting place of the crew of the USS Arizona, considered by many to be sacred ground. The ship is their tomb. Please keep conversation low in volume. Do not toss coins into the water or onto the Arizona, as it is harmful to the environment.